Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to the channel. It's Cynicalex, and Marvel Future Fight dropped this video to celebrate the end of 2022. So I wanted to just quickly play it for you guys and then talk about what we can hopefully expect to see in 2023 for the game. Now, initially, a lot of people saw Shuri and were like, oh, Black Panther 2 update? Like part 2? Finally, we're gonna get the BP uniform. We're gonna get the, the this and the that. No. No. I don't know if they debated us with this one. This one was maybe ill-timed, ill-prepared. It's cool. They have a lot of cool clips here. They edit this really well. It looks very snappy and snazzy. I think it's probably pretty cool for people that don't play this game to see so many Marvel characters in such high resolution. You've got a lot of really cool sneak peeks added in here. 2022 has been legendary with exciting new powers like Tier 4, Tier 3, and then terrifying threats like World Boss Legend, GBR, and native tier 3s and stuff like that. And we made it all possible by playing the game and spending money, spending lots and lots of money. That's what you got to do. That's the name of the game. It's a mobile game. You got to pay to play. No, you don't literally have to pay to play, but somebody has to pay to play, otherwise the game doesn't exist. So with that being said, obviously thank you very much to an amazing year in Marvel Future Fight. Without this game, I would not have a job for the last 6 years, and I would have to have a normie career just like everybody, just like most other people. So I'm very grateful for Marvel Future Fight and everything it's given me. Not really anything as far as clues or hints for future updates go here. I know a lot of you guys are chomping at the bit, hoping to see a sneak peek very soon. You can see there's only 6 days left on the Future Pass, so I would imagine that is around the time we're going to see a sneak peek. I know that's still a really long way away, but I sort of warned, or I tried to warn people by saying that, with this update having, I don't know why I went back to that, but with this update having the Jean Grey World Boss Legend, and with them also including the event quest for her, I felt like they were really trying to stretch this update out to cover a bit of January, to give them extra time to like have vacation and blah 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 blah, because it seems like they were working a lot more in December than they usually are, right? The December updates are usually way smaller than it was for this year. So with that being said, I wanted to cover, and by the way, if you don't have all the tokens, you should be watching my Jean Grey World Boss Legend guide video. I worked my ass off for that one, and it's full of good tips. So with that out of the way, with 2022 coming to a close, I will do a follow-up video, I think, with sort of like year-end awards for Marvel Future Fight for like best uniform, best update, etc. But now I wanted to sort of look ahead at 2023 and speculate on what we could expect to see for 2023. But first, sort of send out a cosmic ray of hope into the universe to see the following things. Because yes, I could stand here and tell you what I think is going to come to the game based on MCU updates and just based on the general flow of Marvel Future Fight, and we will get to that later in the video. But at first, I just wanted to cover what I think are like the absolute most important things, and I've boiled it down to 3 things that I think 2023 absolutely needs to have. Because, let's have a tough conversation for a second. The game is not getting any younger, and the game is not getting any more popular. If anything, well, not if anything, on the contrary, it's getting less popular and it's getting older. And what happens to games as they get older and older is they get less and less attention, they make less and less revenue. And so, of course, most gaming companies, their decision making based on those trends is to pull the production team and pull resources away from the game. And that's not what we want. We want to see them continue to put resources into Marvel Future Fight because we don't want the updates to shrink in size, right? And that's not me scaring you guys into like pulling out your wallet and spending even more money or whatever, but basically we have to try and nudge and push the devs as far in the right direction as possible, hope that they get there or stumble their way there so that they can bring in as many new and returning players as possible. Because you got to make the game feel appealing to people who are coming to it for the first time or coming back to it after a long time away, and you don't get there by not changing things, right? Because people who quit, aka returning players, they quit because something was wrong. So if you never change anything about your game, those players will never come back. I do know what it will take to bring back returning players, because I've been literally talking to all of you for 6.5 years now, or whatever, 7 years now, and a lot of you are probably returning players, or you're considering returning players. You probably don't play this game anymore, but you still watch the videos because you're waiting for the day when I will say the magic words, blah, 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 blah. I don't know what they are. They're different for you than they are for the other person, but there's always that thing that will bring you back to the game. Oh, they added this character or they added that content. Yo, I'm coming back. It's finally my time. So whatever that word is. Hopefully I'll be speaking it over the next 12 months in 2023 for you to come back to the game and have a blast with it. But these three things I think are absolutely necessary for the game to flourish in 2023. And the first one is very straightforward. It's the rewards. I really don't have a big speech for you. It's literally just the rewards. They just need to buff the rewards everywhere. And it's probably the easiest to just point at the login events as the best example of why they need to be buffed, because they haven't been changed in like 2 or 3 years, right? Like, as cool as this event is, you get an Odin's Blessing, you get an Awakened ISO, you get a CTP at the end. That's great. But they've now been doing this for like 2.5 years. That's actually a really long time in a mobile game. That's actually a really long time in life. Like 2.5 years is a really long time. That's half of a university degree, actually more. So, you know, it's really time that they up those rewards, that they up these rewards. It basically just across the board, right? There isn't one specific game mode that they need to buff the rewards in. It's literally everything. And I know for sure that if they just buff a few game modes rewards, especially specific game modes like World Boss Legend or Timeline Battle or, you know, Alliance Conquest, whatever, that's going to bring in a ton of returning players for sure. And they did it a year ago. They did it in 2021, and that's why 2021 was so hot and so good for the game. They need to do it again. They absolutely need to buff the rewards again. The second thing they need to do is they need to get back on the trail of introducing new characters. Whether it's through an epic quest, whether it's through just regular content, whatever, they need to start pumping out more new characters. I think a lot of players quit or severely reduced, like drastically reduced their playing time because they just weren't getting new toys, new things to collect. And it's a collector's game, right? You're Pop Funko, you're the Pop Funko company, you make money off releasing new Pop Funkos, and you're like, you know what? We're going to release fewer Funkos this year. We're going to try something else. No, that's not how it works. The game is literally Marvel Future Fight. It's literally the only game with over 250 Marvel characters. That is your shtick. Stick to your shtick. Don't try to change up the game 7 years into the formula. It's over, you know, like you're the Colonel and you've already added the 13 magic herbs and spices to the chicken recipe and people like it. So don't try to change it out, adding some 14th mystery herb or spice, you goofball. They just need to start releasing more new characters. It's that simple. And I don't know why there's multiple reasons. You could literally sit here for a whole video and speculate on why they've released fewer new characters. I don't really care what the reason is. They just need to start doing it again. It's just straight up the answer. And then the third thing, maybe not as important to some people, but I do want to single this one game mode out. I was trying to make all three things sort of broad and sweeping, but after rewards and new characters, honestly, the last thing that I think the game really desperately needs for 2023 is an upgrade for Shadowland, like a massive facelift for Shadowland. And the reason is very simple. You can use your whole roster here, and it's a PvE game mode, and it's not a daily game mode, so you're not stressed out by it. So it really just combines all of the best qualities that Marvel Future Fight is missing right now, because we have weekly game modes, but they're not really engaging and they don't use your whole roster unless you just force yourself through it the way the current Shadowland system works. They're not rewarding like the current Shadowland system is not rewarding. And as far as using your whole roster in a more meaningful way, you really only have Conquest, which is PvP, not PvE. So we really need a balance. We really need Shadowland to sort of be the PvE version of Conquest, where you do feel good when they release characters who are only for Shadowland, right? Like that used to mean something, and it used to still be a good reason to release new characters. But nowadays, you don't say that anymore. What do you say? You say, oh, she's probably gonna be a Conquest meta, right? That's what we said about Magic. That's what we say about basically throwaway characters, because it's at that point where Shadowland doesn't matter anymore, and the Alliance Conquest is literally the last game mode where we can throw characters at the wall and they will stick. So Shadowland absolutely needs to become it literally needs to become the PvE version of Conquest. Hopefully that makes sense, but I really believe that that's the case. Now, to rapid fire through what I expect to see this year next year, 2023. We're not there yet, Alex. For 2023 for Marvel Future Fight, these are the things that I expect to see. So obviously we're going to be getting updates for the MCU content. I don't want to go through that specifically, you know, Quantumania, etc., whatever. But I do expect to see 3 new World Boss Legends. I think they're going to go full throttle. They're going to go 3 new World Boss Legends. We're going to see Kang for sure. The last 2 are really sort of up in the air. There doesn't seem to be a huge obvious bad guy in any of the other Marvel contents that are coming out, like the Marvels with Captain Marvel and Miss Marvel and Spectrum. There doesn't seem to be an obvious bad guy there, or we don't know yet. Maybe it'll be revealed closer to the date of the movie. We also don't see like a very clear and obvious bad guy for Guardians of the Galaxy 3. They're not going to do like an Adam Warlock World Boss Legend, even if he is the big bad guy for that. Again, we don't know, but we're not really sure. But I definitely do think we're going to see Kang and 2 more World Boss Legends. I do also think we're going to be seeing a new story mode chapter after the future ends here. I think they're going to add a 5th chapter. I also think that they're going to add new sections. You can literally see it says coming soon. I think they're going to add 3 new sections, and I kind of hope that they add 3 new sections to Dispatch. I'm hoping we see one like a Sector 13, a Sector 14, and a Sector 15, because Mama taught me how to count, and those will drop, right? So you see they have the rewards here that you know, you have them assigned for each drop for each sector, and they sort of go up in value. They sort of go up in value, and they sort of match the progression of the game. So if you see the ones at the beginning, it's like, oh, black antimatter, and well, it's not even showing up right now, but chaos nordstones and black antimatter, and then you see the tier 3 materials, and then you see the awakening materials, and then you see CCF, right? And then you see celestial essence. So I think following in that trend, we're going to be seeing a Sector 13, 14, and 15 for Carbonadium, Soul of the Faltine, and Life Seed. And then they're going to sort of scale it so that the damage is so high and that the HP is so high that you need to use level 80s, and then you'll need to use tier 4s for the last Dispatch chapter, most likely, or just Dispatch sector, most likely. I also think we're going to be seeing a brand new epic quest. When we're going to be seeing the epic quest, I don't know, but I'm guessing earlier in the year rather than later in the year. Probably, well, they don't really have a lot of time between now and Quantumania, so they're going to have to, you know, shoehorn it in quickly if we're going to be getting one before Quantumania. Otherwise, it's going to have to come in between MCU content. And then I think we're going to be seeing new legendary battles for both Quantumania and Guardians of the Galaxy 3. However, I don't think we're going to see a legendary battle for the Marvels. I don't really have an explanation or a reason why I don't think we're going to see a legendary battle for that movie, but I just don't think we're going to for whatever reason. So yeah, that's kind of what I expect this year. Obviously, you have additional MCU content that I haven't covered, like Disney Plus stuff. Also, you have the one-offs, the special presentations. Those could be getting updates. We don't know just yet. I mean, we've only seen one special presentation thus far, and it hasn't gotten an update in-game or representation. So that's still a question mark, but it is absolutely a possibility, given that literally all other Marvel content on the silver screen or the big screen until now has been represented in the game. So yeah, that's my take on 2023 and what it's going to take to make it great. Hit me up in the comments down below with your thoughts and opinions on what you think MFF needs to do to regain your attention and your eyeballs to play. That's kind of a weird way of saying it, but yeah, you know what I mean. Anyways, thanks so much for watching. Smash the like button, share the video, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care.